Good day to one and all. This one is going to be the last poem as we have done already the previous ones. In our textbook, it is the first poem. The name of the poem is Keep Going, written by Edgar Albert Guest. Before starting the poem, let's discuss about the objectives of this poem. With what intention did Edgar Albert Guest has written this poem? According to the poem, what the message he would like to reveal to the learners. The first objective is he would like to forecast or show the learners the path ahead have many thorns as well. Here in the first objective itself, Edgar Guest would like to say the learner that in your path many thorns may will come, but one must have to cope up with those kind of situation and have to move ahead. And the second objective, to equip the learners with means to convert those threats into opportunities. Here, the author is motivating the learner that even though if we are getting thorns in our way, we must have to make those thorny way into a situation where you must have to treat it as opportunity. The third objective, to prove to the learners how words work as a wand of magic, filling minds and souls with inspiration inexhaustible. Edgar, by his word from this poem, each and every word is motivating the student to make his way easier. Even though having many of the hassles and hurdles, one must not have to get terrified and have to cope up with life in a better way. We must have to take the situation, whatever it may comes in our life, as a positive one, and we must have to move ahead for a better future. These were the objectives. From the objective itself, we can understand that here, as a good motivator, Mr. Guest is not only giving us the knowledge of how life will be, but also giving the way how to deal with those kind of situations. So we can say keep going. The word itself says that even though having many problem in our life, we must have to keep on going. After the objective, let's see and discuss about the poet introduction. Edgar Albert Guest was born in England on 28th August in 1881. But soon their family moved to USA. Right. So after moving from there, he lost his father's job when he was 12. As father will be the head of the family, if he or he's not having a job, means it will be a very troublesome for the entire family. Because of that reason, Edgar also has to give a helping hand to his father, and so he worked as a copy boy in Detroit Free Press. When he came at the age of 14, he lost his father, maybe because of suffering some, maybe he is suffering from any of the disease. His father died when he was just 14 years old. It was much pain and agony in anyone's life if they will lost their parents in a early age, where they must have to get their support to understand the world, as well as we must have to think about our future. Means our parents are so much important for each and every situation. Any age you belong to, parents are really very much important, right? Their presence makes us feel happy as well as safe too. But here, poor boy, Mr. Guest, was not having that situation in his life. He lost his father at the age of 14. As he lost his father, the entire family responsibility came on his shoulder. So he must have to take care of his family too. Because of that reason, he has to quit his school and must have to work. So he has joined in a press as a full-time employee where he was doing work as a part-timer. Whatever in his life, the experience he has, he just penned down and written many rhymes. For about 30 years, he went on writing a poem a day, means from the age of 14 to till 30 years. It was a long way. So each and every day he used to pen down one poem, which was published in that paper. The paper where he was working, on the same paper it has been published. All his poems were later published on as 28 plus volumes. He is regarded as a people's poet because of his experience and the poem where he used to target the people who struggle a lot in their life. Because of that reason, he became a very famous poet. And he was also regarded as a easy to read poem. In a simple language, he used to convey his message to the learners. He died on 5th August 1959. So this was the introduction of the poet. How much you must have to write in the examination? It is very much important. So take a pen or pencil in your hand and just stick down the important points where you must have to mention. Likewise, you can write Edgar Albert Guest was born in 1881 and died on 1959. So in a bracket you can mention the same, the birth and death years. After that, you must have to write in 1881, after his birth, his family moved to USA. When he was 12 years old, at the age of 14, his father died. Because of that reason, he must have to do job instead of studying. Like this, in your own way also, you can make a point. Now, if you would like to the same from the reader, it means the first para, first line, 1881, it is there mentioned, that is the first point. Then with the reason, but soon after, from that to till 14 years. He lost his father. That forced him to quit school work in that press as a full-time employee. That much is more than enough. Then at last, he published 20 plus poems and he regarded as a easy to write poet. Like in 3 points, you can mention his introduction. For getting good marks in your examination, poet introduction is compulsory. Either you can make the key points and learn it, or you can go through with the paragraph. Now about the poem. Keep Going poem is unanimously been acclaimed one of the classic inspirational poem. Which kind of poem is this? Inspirational poem. And having 20 line rhymes, easy to read verse is undoubtedly a people's poem. Because of the simple nature of words, what the vocabulary he has used over here, it can attract so many. Everyone and anyone can understand his poem. Because of that reason only, it has been given the title Easy to Read Poem. So as Edgar has lost his father in 14 years, this has influenced a lot in his life. He is telling that I take simple everyday things that happen to me, which also happen to everyone, and make simple rhymes of them. This tell us in Edgar's own words and keep going to get shape, with each word working as a capsule of inspiration. So here when you will go through with the poem, all the all the way from the first line to the last one, you will be feel as if you are filled with good spiritual and inspirational vibes. So let's have a look on poem. Here is the poem. Two stanzas has been given on page number 2 and the two stanzas are continuing with page number 3. So let's discuss the two stanzas, the first and the second one. When things go wrong as they sometimes will, when the road you are trudging seems all uphill. Here the situation in your life Mr. Edgar Guest is talking about. When things go wrong, in most of the situation in our life, things always will goes wrong. At that time we feel so disheartened and even we don't like the way how the life is going on, as they sometimes will, right? Sometimes in your life you may will feel the situation where all the things will go wrong. At that time we may will think why God is doing all this to me, why it is all happening, is it or not? So here the negativity will happen that we think of that all the things are going wrong, and why it is like that. So we will ask ourselves, this kind of situation will be there in anyone's life, even in yours or mine or anybody. Many of the situation it will shows that we think about all the things are going wrong. When the road you are trudging seems all uphill, means poet is saying that maybe in your life the road will look like as trudging and having many uphills and you are unable to walk, means the way which you have chosen for your goals may be not that much easier how anybody could think of. It will have thorns, it will have many obstacles. After upcoming from those only we can get success. So when things go wrong means if in your life if something is going wrong, as they sometimes will, definitely in everyone's life this kind of situation will arise. And when the road means here they are talking about the way of life. In your way of life many obstacles will come and it will look as if it is an uphill and may not be possible to cross by. But one must have to cross that, because after coming out from those situation we will get success. When the funds are low and the debts are high, in most of the situation people will borrow money from others. So at that time what will happen, funds are low, many people will have less opportunities to get a helping hand, but those helping hands too will become a high problem when you are unable to give the money back. At that time they will ask you a number of times that when you are supposed to give their money back. So in this situation the poet is saying that when the funds are low, you may have the funds low and the debts are high, and when the situation will come, if you are having a problem you will ask for help from other. At that time your debts are going to be so high and you want to smile but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Don't you quit. What does it mean? Even though in all this hard situation one must would like to smile and you want to smile. What does it mean want to smile? You want to be happy. When there is a situation like this, you are having problems everywhere and you think about there is nothing it can be changed off, even though in those kind of situation a man or a woman or a girl or a boy, each and every person would like to smile, also want to get some kind of satisfaction, right? So here, if you are wanting like that, it's good, but all the situation will press you down. At that time, Edgar Guest motivating us to take a rest for a while, but not going to quit that way. You can't say that, okay, passing intermediate or getting rank is very much tough for me as I have to burn the oil of night. But if you will overcome from it, then only you can face success. So here Edgar Guest is saying, when all these kind of situation also may arise in your life, you must not quit from the situation. What you have to do? Take a rest for a while. So after taking rest, again you can start struggling. And definitely this kind of struggle is going to give you success. Life is a queer with its twists and turns. So, how the life will be of every human being or any creature, it will be twisted and turns. It is not an easy path like the straightforward. Sometime you will get twisted, sometime you will have the turns as if you may not have been imagined about it too. As every one of us sometimes learn, right? Everyone will have this kind of situation in their life. If you will imagine of your own life, you may have seen that we came from many twists and turns. And the other people also, if you have seen the others life too, you may will see that most of the people are struggling, and after their struggle, those who cope up with those situation will definitely will get success. Maybe it will be your brother, sister, or your mother, or your father. In your family itself, you can observe too. And many a failure turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. If you have started a journey of success, at first it will look so hard, and maybe you will stuck in somewhere, and you will think of that, oh, it's just over. We may not go out from it. But stucking somewhere is different from stopping ourselves. If we are stuck also, we must have to think about and have to get again started towards our success. We never have to give up. We must have to gear up ourselves for getting success. Though the pace seems slow, so maybe that you may not get a result one or the second first day or the second day, right? To get success, it's a long way. It will have a slow pace. Even though if it is a slow pace, it is going to lead you for success. You may succeed with another blow. This is the page number 2 which we have discussed. Definitely, I am going to share the second part of this poem, the second segment, that is on page number 3 in the another video. First, you understand the 2 stanzas so that we can understand the third and fourth stanza in a better way. So the first stanza, in a glance, if we will talk about, here the poet is showing you that many things will go wrong in our life. Sometimes it look as if we can't do anything, and the way of our life will have some trudges, and it is seems as uphill, means we think that it is like a mountain we are not able to climb, and we may will feel financially so low. At that time we ask helping hand. Those helping hand will become a debt for us, and it are so high that you will be feel as if you are unable to pay it back. This kind of situation in everyone's life it will come. In this moment also we must have to smile. We must have to think about being happy. At that moment, we have to take a rest, but we can't quit because of these situation. We can't quit. This is the first stanza, which is giving out the meaning for you to understand it well. In the second stanza, it is giving you the idea that life is not like bed of roses. It will have thorns too. It will have many problems, many hurdles will comes in your way. Maybe sometime you fail. So being failure, you must not have to think that I am fail. One must have to think about it and have to this kind of stuff. If you are fail, it is a just a way that you have a hurdle. After that, if you will coop up and you will work hard, again you will be succeed. So in this situation, never give up. Edgar saying that this situation may arise in your life. At that time, you must have to be strong and have to face the situation. Never have to give up. All right. So this is the poem which we have done the two stanzas. Soon we are going to do the remaining one. Hope you have understood well. Have a nice day to one and all. All the best. Thank you.